systems. Okay. The company grew to 3 branches by the year 2000, did $5 million a year at its height, just under 4.8. And we had done in excess of $27 million in sales and over 50,000 roofs cleaned by 2000. And basically, I'm not Al Gore. I'm not saying I invented the internet, but I did invent Softwash. Just being the patriarch of the Softwash. Okay. I'm also a tournament fisherman. My company grew to the point where I could pursue my dream of competitive fishing, and I actually won the Redfish Tour Championship. Any of y'all from the East Coast know what redfish is. Some people from Texas know what redfish is. Out here on the West Coast, you're like a redfish. I don't know, is that a fish's rag? Not quite, but won the Redfish Tour my rookie season with my fishing partner, Pressure Clear. Started the season by sinking our boat and catching one fish to weigh in. Ended the season by winning the championship. So it was pretty cool. And I was able to grow my business to the point where I can do that. At one point, I was fishing about 200 days a year. And when you talk about the science and technology of roof cleaner soft washing, you have to ask, what is growing up here? Dirt generally rinses off. Rain, dirt rinses off. The algae, mold, mildew, fungus, bacteria, those things have a root system. That's why they hang out and stay. Why is it eating the roof or the stucco or the wood deck or any of the other surfaces? Can it be removed safely? What can kill it? How long will that treatment last? And can you, in fact, warranty that treatment? Okay? And here's the big culprit nationwide that starts the party. Neocapsibacter. This is a bacteria. It's actually a mutualism between a bacteria and a fungus. And it starts the party. It's not as destructive as some of the other funguses and molds and mosses and things that grow on the roof. But it's the one that gets up there, makes the roof dark. The roof starts to retain heat. It's unsightly. It creates a nutrient base for the other bad characters to show up and feed off the waste of stuff that's generated. And it is a species of cyanobacteria, which is an ancient line of photosynthesizing bacteria, which photolize water-generating oxygen gas. They're basically like plants. They generate oxygen gas. Now, don't tell your local tree hugger or your Greenpeace neighbor or somebody like that that we're out there spraying chemicals on stuff that generates oxygen gas. You know, plants do it too. I'm not worried about the Neocapsibacter. Okay? You must treat these types of bacteria and algae with the appropriate combination of chemicals to ensure a 100% kill ratio. This cleaning process will more closely resemble a pest control application. But when you look at our trucks, people we train, show up to the door, and look like a pest control. And really, a pest control guy just looks like a really, really professional service business person. How many of y'all remember the posters, the Big Human Man or the Milkman, stuff like that? Okay, that's who we want to look at. We want to show up and look professional, have ID badges and all that stuff. How you garnish that higher dollar of money. You know, I like embroidered shirts, I like embroidered hats, but anybody can go down to the local shopping mall and buy hats, embroidered shirts. You've got to set things up way up to the next level if we're going to be able to show the customers and have those differentiating factors. We are, in fact, different from competition. How do they know we're different? Because we look different. As much as we like to say, don't judge a book by its cover, we all walk through the bookstore and oh, that cover looks cool. And it gets us to open. Then we can read. Human beings are aesthetically oriented. You don't see an ugly girl walking down the street and whoa, she's ugly. Ooh, get your eyes off her. No. You don't see a beat up car. You see a 59 fastback Mustang, you know, Shelby Cobra go by, and jerks your head. You're like, wow, that's a beautiful car. You don't go, well, that's the hottest car. You gotta see it in 3 weeks. You know, we're aesthetically oriented, so people want to see professional looking, aesthetically oriented companies. And especially for us in this industry, cleaning period, windows, windows, power washing, janitorial, whatever it is, you need to be clean. You can't say, hey, I'm going to come and clean your house and open up the side door of your truck or have your equipment and everything else look like a bookkeeper. They want to see you look the part because they're judging. If you look the part, generally you'll be able to perform the service. So we look like a pest control company. The algae and fungus and bacteria and things are growing on these surfaces like a tree's roots. Get in there and just decompose those building supplies, drywall, stucco, brick, stone, the side, masonry, all the different building materials out there. They deteriorate and decompose them. Okay? Then you take water under pressure. Not a big fan of power washing or pressure washing. There is its place in certain applications, but I much prefer soft washing. This is why. When you have algae, mold, mildew, lichen, bacteria, and things like that, they are decomposers. Water under pressure created the Grand Canyon. The process that created this is called erosion. Water erosion strips away materials that have been loosened by decomposition or by aging. And we take this little thing here, the no-no blaster, and we use it to try to clean away a decomposer. And pressure washing is destructive for cleaning roofs. Why would, or a lot of other surfaces, why would you expect to clean away a decomposer with an eroder and not cause premature aging of the surface? So decomposers get in there with their root system, start growing down into something, making little cracks and crevices, decomposing the top. Then you come along with the pressure washer. Give that algae a haircut, spread the spores all around, cultivate it real good, strip away what it just got done eating away. Now it's got a whole fresh surface. Back on, start to eat away again. Then you pressure wash it away. Okay? How many of y'all have ever noticed on concrete driveways and sidewalks, little rocks in them? How many of y'all have ever poured concrete? Okay? So you pour the concrete, get out, thing called tap. Skim the concrete, get it all nice and smooth. Tap. Why are you tapping it with tap? Settle it. Resettle it. The aggregate, the stones. You don't want them at the top. And after you get it all settled, skimmed real good, take a broom. Put a broom stroke. You come along the edges with a trowel, and put a little border line. A nice sidewalk. Then we come along with mold, mildew, fungus, algae, bacteria, and all that stuff gets on it. Starts decomposing it. Get it with a pressure washer. And before you know it, lo and behold, it's an incredible miracle of nature. These little rocks go up to the top. Is that what happens? To bring the top down to them. Have you ever noticed that? Every time you pressure wash, you strip it away. The stuff with mold, mildew, algae, lichen, bacteria, and all that stuff loosened up. You're eroding down sidewalk or driveway. Not such a big deal, really, on a sidewalk or driveway. Get rid of the broom coat and some of the aesthetics of it. But on paint, big deal. On a roof, big deal. On a wood deck, big deal. You're eroding, aging, prematurely destroying that. And these are points that y'all that are soft washing around the country, you've got to bring out. When somebody's going, well, if you just going to hire the $49 pressure washer to come clean my house, say, great. You got your painter, carpenter, and all their other phone numbers in your Rolodex handy too? Well, why? Because they're going to damage your service. You know, when Karen and I first got married, I had a little gimmick that I would go down to the day-old bread store and I'd buy a loaf of bread. And when I go out and I do my proposals, I'm a big advocate. Every time you do a proposal, you go out and visit the customer, on-site measurement, all this phone coding stuff is BS. Beat the snot out of it. You're on my team. I'm like, snot photo with thumbs. I go out there and I take a piece of bread and I go throw it up on the roof. And I take out the soft washing gun and I stand on the ground and clean the roof over the top of that piece of bread. And then I put another piece of bread in the bag with a sticker on it that says bread test. And so when my competition comes, take this piece of bread, throw it on the roof, see if they can clean the roof, see if that. spread a stream across the roof from up to the side. They couldn't replicate what I did because that flowing plastic of that pressure washer created damage. Now, soft washing, the definition of soft washing is not a modified power washer. It's not an X-jet on the end of a power washer. There is a group of people out there that say that you can modify a power washer into a soft washing machine. You can change the size of your tip and everything else. No, you can't. Because my machines, if an employee's out there and he's getting ready to clean up a roof or something, and he hits a tough spot, he can't reach in his pocket, pull out a small tip, and put it on hand. Or crank down the valve back in the power washer, the converter valve, not power washer, recirculating valve. Crank the pressure washer back down where it's got high pressure. You can't do that with my machine. You got to put the chemicals on. Don't let it do its stuff. Sometimes you have to walk away from it for a day or two or three. Yeah, sometimes it does. Stuff didn't grow up there overnight. Sometimes it's not going to come off overnight either. But you cannot modify a pressure washer to be a soft washing machine. A soft washing machine is always an agricultural style sprayer in which the pump is merely used to distribute the chemicals. And the pump, or the action coming out of the pump, has nothing at all to do with the cleaning. It is only a delivery device. And the chemicals always. That's soft washing. I point that out to my customers. Okay? So here's a close-up of algae decomposition. If you see here these shingles, it looks like Michael Strahan's teeth right here. Okay? Here's a close-up of this root. Decomposers break down shingles with their, number one, their filament root system. Number two, their hunger for limestone. Number three, acids from their waste. They give off waste too. They consume it. And number four, the heat they create from darkening the root. The hotter the root gets, the more quickly it breaks down. Same thing with the tile root. The hotter it gets, the underlayment below it breaks down. What is a tile root worth if the tar paper underneath it's all broken? What's it going to do? It's going to leak. Out here, the 3 times you get rain. All right. So here's a more close-up picture of Michael Strahan's hand. Okay. See how the shingles are swollen and curled. See how thick they are. And I mean, this roof is just obliterated. Believe it or not, most of this is actually heat damage. Heat damage from the roof getting so hot that the petroleum breaks down and the shingles swell. Why did the roof get so hot? It got so hot because it changed color. It went from a light gray to almost a black, a dark gray. How do we know this? How do we know this for certain? Because here's that same roof. Here's these nasty swollen shingles. And as you follow your way in here, across here, all of a sudden the shingles look gray. Same roof, put on 30 years ago. Same exact roof. Why are these all screwed up and gnarled up and swollen up, but the ones up close to the house aren't? Now, some of y'all are teachers back, you already know this answer. Yeah. But why is that? Anybody see this little, it's a pretty good TV here so you can see it. Little silver streak right here going up. What is that right there? Flashing, step flashing. Okay? What is flashing made out of? Sometimes aluminum. Okay? Most of it's galvanized. And how do you make galvanized steel? Anybody know? Zinc. They adhere zinc crystals through electrolysis onto the surface of the steel, and that helps to protect it against corrosion. And they do that so it doesn't corrode or doesn't rust or rot. Okay? And then the zinc is poisonous to the algae. What is the active ingredient in an athlete's foot powder? Zinc oxide. So when that oxidizes, it produces what? Zinc oxide, which is poisonous to the algae. Now, do you realize why these shingles right here close up to the house are clean and look great? I mean, they really do look great. I'm going to go ahead and blow it up for you. That's That's why up on some of these roofs, and even happens on tile roofs, where they have the plumbing stack up on top of the stink pipe on the roof, you have a clean streak underneath it. Here it's in the valley of the tiles. You have little, 2 or 3 little clean streaks coming down from the plumbing. Or where they put the vents up on the roof, you'll have some clean streaks coming down. That's because they're made from galvanized steel, which has zinc in it, produces zinc oxide before it's gouging on the roof. That's actually how they make fungal-resistant shingles. They put zinc granules or copper granules in the shingles mixed in with the shingle aggregate, and that creates zinc or copper oxide before it the algae. Okay. The other thing is granular loss. How many of y'all have ever cleaned a shingle roof or been in somebody's house that has a shingle roof, have a gorgeous roof, and in the garage they took all the shingles that were left over that they didn't use, re-roofing the house, and stacked them up in the garage. Okay, just extras in case you ever have to repair the roof. Stack that way. Well, this was a house where a friend of mine was cleaning the roof, and they had stacked shingles in the garage. So they pulled the shingle out of the garage and sat it up on the roof next to one of the dirtier areas on the roof. So these shingles were actually the same age, somewhere in the garage, somewhere on the roof. Can you see the difference between the two? Pretty good. And when I zoom this one up, you'll be able to see even better too. The above shingle has suffered from granular loss due to decomposition from bacterial and fungal growths. Here, lichens are part of the final arrivals of the later stages of decomposition. So when I blow this up here, there's your healthy shingle, there's your infested shingle. You can actually see curled up, dried up lichens like you guys get on the roofs here in California. You know, because what happens here in California is you get this moisture barrier that comes in off the ocean. You got cold ocean, warm Santa Ana winds, they come in, they collide at the ocean, nice moisture barrier comes over, gets everything wet. And that's why everything's so dirty within 3 miles or so of the coastline. That comes in, and then what happens is all these lichens in the morning, they go, oh, and they accept all this moisture, and they get all fat, juicy, and everything else from the moisture barrier. And as the day, because the air is so dry here, you're down about 60% humidity here. As the day goes on, they get hot and dry, they actually curl up in little balls up on the roof. Little balls all over the roof. That's why here in California, when I clean a tile roof, I recommend that you pre-moisten the entire roof. Get it with the garden hose, get it pre-moistened. And what happens to all that algae and fungus and bacteria and all the stuff up there? Oh, hey, the moisture barrier opens up. It's really sucking that chemical. Okay? You can actually see on this picture here, see all these little orange balls? That's disgusting. There. I want to see that growing. But all these little holes and gaps here, all these little valleys. In the shingle industry, they've been using limestone as a filler on shingles for a number of years now. Aggregate used to be all ceramic. It's got little broken up pulverized pieces of ceramic in there. After a while, they started adding limestone because it was cheaper than ceramic. And the only problem is the algae, the fungus, the bacteria, and all feeds on the limestone, eats it away. And that's why over here, these are little pieces of limestone all in. The colored ones are ceramic, but all these gray ones are limestone. You come back over here, they're all chewed down, like broken half teeth, all chewed down from the bacteria and everything. It's eaten down on this stuff. There's your difference between your shingles there. Same thing happens on the tiles. And it's very, very evident when you're looking at customers. And one of the big problems is I had a guy at San Clemente, bought all of our equipment, got all of our stuff, ready to rock and roll, do this business and all. He starts knocking on doors and everything else, trying to sell this business, and he's having a hard time struggling because he couldn't communicate a lot of these principles. You've got the white car, black car out there. San Clemente, you've got all these gorgeous terracotta barrel tile roofs. As far as the eye can see, you stand up on a hill, and it's like muddy. As far as the eye can see, they're as dirty as they get in Florida. Just gorgeous, huge potential. You overlook that stuff, and you have to communicate the principles to the customers. You have to get advocates out there, train these advocates out there for you, real estate agents, landscapers, and everybody else, and get them together. Keep a cooler in the back of your truck, and every landscaper you see stop by and say, hey, what's your favorite drink? Oh, I like Dr. Pepper. Always have 2 or 3 Dr. Peppers in the truck for you. Here's some of my business cards. You see me driving, hunt me down, beat me down, wake me down. I have your Dr. Pepper for you. You know, talk to your customers if they're spending more money on their electric bill because it's Southern California and that roof's absorbing heat. You don't live in Alaska here. And, you know, if you want to bring the cooling costs down, clean that roof. You know, those are the types of things you got to communicate. We know which car is hotter, the white car or the black car. Which one is it, guys? The black car. I like black. Okay, I'm a Mustang. I had my '65 Ford pickup truck. I did a frame-up restoration. Black. You know, I love black cars. They're hard paint. You know, I was a stupid 18-year-old kid driving around 95 degree, 95% humidity, Orlando, Florida, 65 Ford truck, painted black with no air conditioning. Get a leather jacket. I was dumb. You know, but that's what I wanted. I wanted the black. But darker colors absorb heat from the sun. That's why they make these solar water heaters you all have up here on your swimming pools. They make it black. So when they run the water through there, it gets all heated up and it deposits it back in the swimming pool. And lighter colors reflect heat, while blacker, darker colors absorb heat. And this is documented science. Now, unfortunately, the roof cleaning industry or the soft washing industry, we don't have enough money in the war chest to go out there and what's it called? Buy a study. Commission a study. We don't have a bunch of money to commission studies. Okay? But some friends of ours in the roofing industry hired the Florida Solar Energy Commission, sponsored by the University of Central Florida, to commission a study. And it was on which colors of roofing material are energy efficient. So what they did is they took this portable classroom building and they sectioned off the attic in this portable classroom. And they put the same insulation in there, the same ventilation in there, same everything in every single attic space. The only difference was they put different types of roofing material all the way across that building. And then they created this little chart here that shows right here, this light blue line right here, it's aquamarine color, is the ambient outside air temperature. That's what the thermometer 10 feet away from the building, that's what the temperature was 10 feet away from the building. Then each one of these is the inside of the roof based on what type of roofing material it is. Okay? That green one right there is a white barrel tile roof. White barrel tile roofs are the most energy efficient roof you can have, hands down. Most of the time, the under attic temperature of the white barrel tile roof up until about 2 o'clock in the afternoon is actually cooler than the outside ambient air temperature. This right here is a black shingle. Now, in certain parts of the country, they've got really smart. They've gone, well, we don't like this algae stuff, so we don't have to deal with it. We'll just put black shingle roofs on all of them. And everybody's like, oh, $600 electric bill, I don't know why. They said the house had all the energy efficient features, don't have anything else, big windows, insulation, something else. Yeah, but your roof. Gigantic solar collector. Now, where Brandon lives, he doesn't have to worry about that much. The rain's too crazy. Okay? But here in Southern California, every shade the roof gets darker, the more heat it's absorbing, the harder the AC has to work, and that's a definite, you're spending more money. If it's $20 a month at the end of the year, it's $240. In 3 years, it's $750 nearly. You charge them $700 to clean the roof. 3 years, it's paid for itself. You got a clean, beautiful roof. In Florida, they get so black and it's so hot. Generally, a roof pays for itself. Roof cleaning within 12 months of cleaning service. Okay? Now here is a cool little thing that we got here before I move to the next picture, just to show you. Okay. Now if y'all look at this picture here, these are all the different roofs that they did for the study. They just stopped here, and from here over on the roof is not part of the study. Notice there's a pipe going up the wall here. Steam pipe, electrical pipe, window. Remember those features right there. And then right in between these two pipes here is a big old nasty algae stand up on the roof. When people say, you know, roof dirty thing is just an aesthetics thing. There's no reason to. It's just aesthetics. I don't care. Watch this next picture I bring up. This is a thermal photography picture of that roof that was taken as part of this study. Window, pipe on the wall, pipe on the wall. Stink pipe up on the roof, stink pipe on the roof. Blue on this picture is cool. White on this picture is hot. Down at the end of the roof, what do you see? There's that stink pipe. There's that algae spot. There's the window cool. Oh, white is hot. So if your whole roof is black from algae and fungus and mold and mildew and everything else, it's costing you money. Now, the only way you get a chance to talk to customers and explain this stuff to them is when you're not quoting your stuff over the phone on Google. You only get a chance to communicate this stuff to your customers when you're doing on-site, in-person measurements and quotations. Well, half my customers never do that. Well, then fine. Then you just eliminated half your quotes. Your closing ratio is going to look a lot better if you're only quoting half the people. You're only spending half the time. Don't waste your time with those half the time. No, just leave a quote on my door. I don't want to see. They're not going to pick you anyhow. They're going to go with $49 dude. But the ones that, yeah, sure, come on by. I want an on-site measurement. I want to sit down and talk to you. I want to see the company I'm getting ready to hire. Those people have something to lose. They got a perfectly manicured lawn, 5,000 square foot house, two $90,000 Beamers in the driveway. They're not going to pick $49 dude. They're just not. But those are the houses you need to look at. Those are the businesses you need. Okay? But right there, proof positive that algae stains on roofs create more heat on roofs, which cause the roof to fail prematurely and also cause under attic temperatures to go up. That's what this diagram is. Talks about how the radiation from the roof influences the cooling of the air ducts. This is all stuff that's part of our certified applicator program. We've got just the advertising portion of the show. If you guys decide you want to get into soft washing and you want to be a certified applicator with us, that basically says that when using our products, using our equipment, you've been trained adequately to do so. Our certified applicator program, it's broken down into 4 or 5 module areas. There's an area on the daily duties of your lead technician, your assistant technician, your salesperson, manager, those types of daily duties, things, safety kind of stuff in there. Then there's an area on the science and technology of soft washing, mixology, plant property protections, different services and all. And then there's 5 modules just on marketing. You've got popcorn marketing, you've got you kind of drop the dime, which is paid marketing stuff, you've got guerrilla marketing. It talks about evaluating your marketing, tracking and measuring your marketing, stuff like that. And then it has a whole section on company structure, licensing, insurance, all the different things we need there. As well as it comes with all of those video modules, it comes with all the workbooks, and it has a little disk in there where I just went into my server and a bunch of stuff I've created over the years. Proposals, advertising aids, there's a whole folder full of Photoshop documents, different advertising things I've done over the years, and stuff like that. To kind of give you a jump start on rough drafts, scope contingency reports, employee evaluation forms, applications for employments, non-compete agreements, all that kind of stuff is in here. It's 20 modules, 3 DVDs, content disc, the whole kit and caboodle. This is normally $8.99. For the show this week, we're doing 20% off, rounded off at 5. So you can get those through J.Racenstein. They always have them. They're normally $8.99. They're $5.99. $6.99, 20% off. But it's $7.19, 20% off. Around $6 for the show or tonight. You guys can get all of this kind of stuff is in there. You can train all your employees. It's got a PPE section for issuing PPE to all of your employees. It's just great for that kind of thing. So if you guys decide you want to look at that, just let me know after. Okay, so there's real facts about, here's a good example of the barrel tile roof. Somebody said, AC, you didn't have a lot of videos and stuff, pictures on your website about barrel tile roofs. I doubt you've seen one that just. That one was so bad I could take a quarter and scrape it across the roof, and the algae and fungus would roll up in front of the board. Okay? I mean, it was like Elvis's black velvet jacket. I mean, it was bad. And I'll tell you, it took 3 coats of chemical, took a good rainstorm coming for rinse, and it took a touch-up treatment, several weeks later. And when they neglect them that much, it's just like I was telling somebody earlier, it's the difference. We're a maintenance cleaning mostly with soft washing. So soft washing, you're out going out and doing a lot of maintenance cleaning. There's a big difference between a maintenance cleaning and a restoration cleaning. Restoration cleaning is like that metal roof that you do. That wasn't just get up there and wash it. That was wash it, rubbing compound it, wax it. If you were talking about car wash. So if you were going to get your car washed, you'd understand. They'll draw a parallel with the customer. Hey, if I just wash your car or just wash your roof, I would charge you like just washing your car. But if I had to wash your car, rubbing compound it, get all the oxidation off it, and then wax it, you'd understand I'd probably have to charge you. Correct? Yeah, I get that. I know that. Okay, well, your roof, I'm going to have to rubbing compound it, spray over it, all over it, wax it, put Bondo on it. It's bad. I'm going to be here. And Brandon turned a, what was it, a $900 cleaning into a $3,500 cleaning last year. That was a metal roof. It was just oxidized like crazy. Now he had to get up there with a sitting base truck wash soap, scrub it with brushes and everything else. When it was done, it was, just awe-inspiring. The difference. It was just insane, but it was awe-inspiring. And when it was done, you probably should have done more. But there's a difference between, a maintenance cleaning and a restoration cleaning. Some of you guys here in California are cleaning roofs that you should be looking at people going, you've lived with this like this for 15 years. I'm not going to just also knock the ugly out of it for crying out loud. I'm going to have to spend some time on it. Like, a lot of parts of the country have cedar shake roofs. It's a trip thing. I'm sorry, I'm charging you $3 a square foot. But it's a $3,500 house. You're talking about $9,000 roof lane? Yeah, $9,000 roof lane. Well, gosh, that's a bit steep. Well, it's a $50,000 roof you got on your house. Charging $9,000 to clean it. Why don't you replace it? That's $50,000. Don't keep it clean. You're going to be replacing it. So, there's some roofs you got to charge sometimes above $52, $3 a foot. Usually, a barrel tile roof in San Clemente, you're going to get, if it's an easy clean, spray it and go, you're going to get 50 cents a foot. Most of your roofs in San Clemente, you can charge about 90 cents. So, you got a 3,500 square foot house. It might be a $3,000 cleaning if it's going to be, 2 or 3 trip type thing. Let me just put it this way. You look at a customer and say, if you want it beautiful right now, it's going to be $3,500. But if you can wait on Mother Nature in a rainstorm, I'll only charge you $900. What are they going to do? Yeah.
Can you go back to that?
Yeah.
Okay. Since this roof is so bad, how would you guys attack that safety-wise? Because once you get that algae wet, it becomes very slippery. Months.
You know what this is?
Yeah. Modified sprayer, scrubber, all.
Okay, this is a Softwash kit, water-fed pool. Okay, we sell these for $171. If you need the adapter to go from Acme thread to Euro thread, if you don't have an Acme thread Y like this, it's an extra $10 to put that on there. But this right here is what I would call kind of my San Clemente special. This is where I can extend up and I can use either a stream tip or a fan tip to treat the roof with the chemicals, and then I can turn around and I can go up against that algae and I can scrub on it. Okay? Most of the roofs that we're cleaning now, we're cleaning from the ground. You can even take this here and turn it over to a fan spray. Adjust this like this here, and run it up the roof like that. And what's it doing? Fan spraying out in front of you.
Yeah.
We come back down like it was a metal roof, or you take some of these brushes. We're actually working on an electric rotary brush right now that comes out of Europe. on right now, that you'll be able to actually hit a switch. The cable will come through here, and they're about this wide, and it's electric rotary brush. And the brush we're going to make will actually have scallops in it, like tile roots. You'll sit it up on the tile roof, hit the button, and it'll run right up the tile roof. And then you hold on to it while it's running, and you start backing down the roof. Because the brushes go forward. Yeah. So you can use it to propel itself up the roof, and then just start backing down the roof, scrubbing the tiles. And then just applying a little bit of chemical out of this as you're going up and down the roof. But we clean most of our roofs now from the ground. We'll do it from the ground with the screen tip, from the ladder with the screen tip, and then what we can't get, we'll use a pole. We've got a lot of great poles here. If you get one of these water-fed pole guns, Jenny will make you a deal on even 12-foot poles. We actually have another 31-foot pole out there that's a hybrid that are pretty light poles. I carry a little 12-footer like this everywhere I go, because what I found out is with a 0-degree tip, just shooting chemical, between standing on the ground and shooting it up and the ladder shooting it up, there's generally only about a 400 or 500 square foot area up on the roof I can't get from the ground or from the ladder, and then all I use about 10 to 12 foot pole while I'm standing up on the ladder, just shooting that area just like this. What we generally do is we take these, what you do is you take wrap it around the pole like that. And I've actually got a cool little video I can show you guys real quick to y'all like. But, a lot of these brushes and stuff, when you get some of that, what you all have here, that really bad, funky mustard algae, that's like, we've got it in Florida too, especially around the beach, just like you guys do, within a mile or two of the ocean. It gets up on the tile roots. And luckily for us, we get rain every day. I mean, it's like stupid ridiculous. And if y'all got the rain like we did, you wouldn't have a problem. Sometimes you just got to get on it, especially once you get it with chemicals, and just agitate it some. And if you can do it from the ground with a brush, or once we get these electric brushes out of Europe, be able to run it up there and just sit it on there and burn it with that electric brush. Electric brushes do work good. You can do it with moss and stuff like Brandon has up north. Being able to kind of get up and buzz on that moss a little bit and break it up. They're really, 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 really good. But that's the worst algae you have. But let me show you, since you asked the question about. Let me go ahead and pop out of this section. Sorry. Let me show you this.
That pin right there, that little notebook that we talked about right there,
Yep.
that have a video on showing you how this process works on the wood fencing, wood siding, blocks, stone, and all that. Are you soft washing everything, like a whole house washing, soft washing the whole thing?
Yeah. So let me throw this video. Here's a wood fence.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of this is all time lapse. So
Right,
yeah. As you can see it instantly, they all have a lot of wood fence around here, wood decks.
How much time is it?
Well, you can kind of see how quickly these just standing there.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
If
Get that. Yeah, wood's kind of real instantaneous. Here's a shingle room. Now, this is a guy that was in training. This is one of our revolution camps. Not real good technique here. We don't usually have that much runoff coming down. But this was just to kind of show you, he's on a ladder there and how big of an area he's cleaning. And then it's getting ready to show me on the side of this church building. You see how steep the roof is? There's just no way you could have cleaned this roof by walking on it. Here's a stone tilt-up building. You guys have a lot of these around here. Similar staging on it. You can see this, they're just using a scissor lift here. On this building, we wouldn't even use the scissor lift anymore. We're using these water-fed pole guns and just nice extension poles. We can clean it up to about 115 feet in the air without renting a lift. Yeah. Which is a huge competitive advantage because you just save $1,500 on the lift. Some of these things, real bad area like we got here, you see we're putting 2 or 3 good wax chemical on it. That stuff's grown down into the pores and stuff on the concrete. So you got to get the chemicals soaked in there, but you can see the difference there on the building. Now here's me cleaning. I'm standing on the ground right there, and you can see me kind of doing my counterclockwise circles there and how it's controlling some of the runoff. So we're going to clean that area there from the ground, and then you'll see us get up on the ladder, then we'll clean the next third of the roof up with a ladder. And then we'll take out the water-fed pole gun. And there's one of our trucks there. That's Roof Rescue out in Pennsylvania with the Softwash system in the back. You see very, very professional profile. Clean room the whole way. But that kind of shows you when you're talking about getting up on these roofs, we really, really prefer now, honestly, you not getting up on the roof. And there's a few reasons for that. Number one, broken tiles, you can't get accused. I've got some advertisements up on the web and all where it shows a broken tile on a roof with an area before we cleaned it, and the broken tile on the roof with the area after we cleaned it, and it has a little inset of the guy standing on the ground cleaning the roof from the ground. It says we didn't break that because we didn't go. That's a huge selling point. Number two, the safety aspect. Number three, workers' compensation. Incredibly difficult to get. Okay? So the second you start telling them we're doing roofing or roof goes into your description at all, they're like, like you got the plague. You've got to really, if you can show them, we've developed technology now to clean the roof from the ground, to clean it from a lab. And we've even got it now. How often are you lateral?
Well, usually what is it?
A lot of our guys around the country now with poles and all, they're not even taking the ladders off the trucks. Really, when we're taking the ladders off the trucks now, we've got these great ladder stabilizers. I know some of you guys have ladder stabilizers for your ladders. These are, what are they up to now? $200? I forget what they are on the website. But we give a lifetime, no questions asked, unconditional guarantee on these ladders. I mean, we had a guy hit a tree with one of these once, and it broke the ladder rack off the ladder. Okay. They are 6061, 80 gauge, aircraft aluminum. We put a mounting plate on them so you don't get the similar metal corrosion between the U-bolt and the ladder stabilizer itself. The ones that you buy at Home Depot for $35. The U-bolt goes right over this part of it. You get similar metal corrosion, 40 feet here on a 40-foot ladder. Ladder stabilizer snaps. Nothing will change your life. Or stepping off that onto a roof and having it snap. Had that happen. That's when we started building our own ladder stabilizer. And most of the time now, we take actually a foam pool noodle, have the ladder stabilizer on there, and then the last rung on there, we'll take a foam pool noodle. And so when you're standing on the ladder cleaning the roof, you put your knees against the foam pool. But also, too, a lot of guys now are not even cleaning them from the ladders. They'll take that foam pool noodle there, use that as their bowl post, stick their water-fed pole gun on, their water-fed pole on, so they can use that as like a gimbal for going back and forth with a swivel point. And you guys have got that foam pool noodle, it doesn't mark up. They're nice poles. Some of these poles, like some ones that I'll be showing you guys this week, are $1,500. So when you feel the difference between a $300 pole and a $1,500 pole, incredible. They're just unreal. But yeah, if you guys decide you want these, they are very expensive. But y'all remember the days when they made them so good, you cast them on your grandkids? I mean, literally. If you drop it off your truck in 405, you can gather up the pieces and ship them back to me. No question asked.
So with this there, what I saw there was you sprayed the chemical all over the roof, and then what? Then you hosed it down with just a hose?
No,
Or
no,
you just
most
sprayed
roofs
it-
you're not even hosing them down.
Spraying the
Cause,
chemical.
yeah, because we put a little bit of bleach in our chemical. Our green wash is we don't label our green wash. You won't see on the label where it says biocide or antimicrobial or fungicide. It is. We don't put it on the label because there's some states if you put anywhere on the label where it says killed something, you have to have a pest control operator. Okay? This by itself mixed in water, you spray a sidewalk with it on the side of the building, you'll come back a month later. Especially if you get regular rain on it. Will kill clean all the mildew, fungus, allergy stuff on the surface.
If you don't get rain on a regular basis like we do, what
We
is
add
the
bleach
difference?
and water to the solution. So what you'll do is you add and bleach to get that instant. We add bleach to soft washing for 2 reasons. Number one, to get that instant clean. Because it's really hard to look at a customer and say, hey, I'm not sure if you can have a check. Yeah, we'll have to come back in 3 months. Number two, have you ever noticed when they spray weeds on the side of the highway or in like the medians or cracks in the bridges and stuff like that, they'll spray the weeds, they'll put a blue dye in the weed spray so they can tell what weeds they sprayed and which ones they haven't. Honestly, the biggest reason why we use the bleach and water mixture and mixed with this is we know if we bleached the algae clear on the roof, or the bleach has traveled all the way through the algae or bacteria on the roof, and what else has also traveled all the way through the green wash. So we use it like a marking pen. You know, when we bleach this out enough here, it also got enough green wash. Okay, so that's another reason why we do that. But around here, you're going to have to, like a lot of the roofs that I personally clean down San Clemente, a lot of the roof is A-frame, and it'll have like a decorative roof across the front on a lot of homes down there. So what we'll do is we'll treat the whole rest of the roof with chemicals, maybe that roof right across the front. We're going to agitate with the brush, rinse off the hard nose, make that eyebrow on the front of the house look nice. And then the customer can live with the rest of it. That's something they can pull right up to. We tell the customer, hey, this, normally this is a little extra. We're going to go ahead and add this to your job for nothing. But we're going to go ahead and detail that part of it. People understand the word detail. We're going to wash the rest of your roof or treat the rest of your roof. But up here at the eyebrow, we're going to detail. And that's what a lot of the longer you can leave the chemical up here, the better. I mean, honestly, there's right here at the mall next door, there's the old J.Racenstein Auto Center. Some of you guys will be watching my Facebook past week. A year ago, we remember the J.Racenstein Auto Center that we did the demo on the wood on the side of the building up there, and it wasn't touching it. It was just like, oh crap. We figured out it was like the pinch that they had put in the wood and that railroad ties up there. You go look at it now. I mean, it's just so incredibly different, and it just took a while. We cleaned like 31 feet of this, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to the next spot. This sucks. I'm not looking good here. And I came back here in March, and I drove by there. Wow, it looks great. I drove by there yesterday, or the day before yesterday, and I saw it. I took a picture and posted online. It looks fabulous now. So some of this stuff, you got to look at these Californians and say, hey, you live in California. We got the Air Quality Management District, water restrictions, we got the Clean Water Act. You've let this fungus up on your roof for 15 years. I've got the answer, but you're going to have to be a little patient. And you just got to educate the customers how you're selling this.
Yeah, I get that. I've done a lot of all that. I also learned that we've always priced.
As far as too low or
too low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing, too. You ever, good example is band giving a free concert. Nobody shows up except for the people who watch the concert. Okay? Band charges $30 for tickets. $50 a ticket, $70 a ticket. Oh, what's the thing? Charge. Okay. Um, Sometimes you can't give your stuff away. If your prices are low, people sometimes don't think they're good. Customers are actually one of the biggest groups of buyers out there. Have you all ever bid on a property before, like an apartment complex or something large, and you go back and say, hey, we get a job. Oh, I'm sorry. So and so, beat you out. Oh, really? Why did you? Oh, they were lower. But 9 times out of 10, when they say they were lower than you, it's a lie. They just don't know. There's something else wrong with you. You smell when you came in, you put a shirt in, you didn't have the right insurance, you didn't look good, whatever. You didn't shave that day. They get mad, you sent your wife in the quote, you forgot it. Whatever it is, they'll not tell you the truth. But the easiest thing for them to tell you is, oh, they just lowballed you. Because then they know you're going to go, crap, I lost another week lowball. You're going to walk out and you're not going to talk to them. Okay? The fact of the matter is you generally kill yourself on your own use because you priced yourself down with the money so you look like a money. Okay? You weren't uniformed correctly. Holes didn't good. I'm right now at a 100% closing ratio around the country. All my people call me up and say, Easy, I need help with this proposal. All my clients, so I have a business consulting company too. My clients, they call me up and say, hey, I got a big proposal, $25,000, $30,000, $35,000, $40,000 job. I need help putting this together. I'll put together the reviews. I'll put together the quote, pages, reference sheet, and everything else. How it should be put binder and everything else. And we're right now is 100% closing jobs around the country. My first proposal, right up because it looks right. They look at it and they go, oh my gosh, this is the best proposal I've ever seen. Maybe, for once, this will be the cleaning company I'm not going to have to babysit. Maybe this will be, for once, the cleaning company that actually gets all the way through the job and doesn't leave on the fishing boat. And you've got to do a better job. Your pricing sometimes people, believe it or not, people would hire you if you're twice as much as you work. And they go, oh, that's really expensive. Maybe this would be something that actually does a good job this time.
What's this thing you're doing this weekend?
It's called Softwash Palooza. It's a 3-day event just on nothing but we're kind of like a franchise without having to pay a franchise. Imagine being able to go. Imagine being able to go somewhere and buy franchise-esque services a la carte. For some people, that the only thing they ever buy from sell it. God bless them. Got little toes. But my gives you coffee. There's some people that buy our, big $7,500 piece of equipment. And then there's some people that the only thing they ever buy from us, they don't buy any of our chemicals, any of our equipment, but they'll buy our educational stuff out in the spend $20,000 a year just buying webinars, $99 a piece, $99 self-sustained. Some people buy business consulting, but we have this all of the part services and Softwash is a 3-day training event. It's much bigger than 100 people. And then we have West Coast each year. And it's 3 days of training on how to soft wash, how to market soft washing, how to organize your business, how to advertise, how to co-brand with our company. And it's just really teaching you how to go out and make money like this. You can literally go to Softwash Palooza. Come and come on. Pull out soft washing, put it perfect. Everything we're going to tell you to do, and put it perfect. Go out and do it perfect.
I own a window cleaning company up in Poland, and my dad and I have run that for 35 years.
Yeah, it's like 400%. this weekend, this is the most powerful tool God's ever placed in your hand. This right here, you get a customer's like, oh my gosh, how's it going?
You get a copy.
Stop. Stop. Don't say anything. We get my phone. Would you say all that again, please? I mean, powerful. I mean, people, when you get involved with me on that level, people that struggle with their businesses only struggle with their businesses because at that point you're your own. And I'm just here, I'm a third generation entrepreneur. I've been very successful. I went broke 4 years ago because of bad family business. Turned around and rebuilt everything, and I'm not back where I was, but man, I'm having a great time. My wife and I are empty nesters, put both our kids through college. By the way, cash flowing, $130,000 four-year degree for 2 kids, and we don't know where it comes from sometimes because at the end of the month we shake our head, wow, God blessed us, put the money in the bank, but I mean, this is all I know how to do, that fishing is a dance, but I go around the country and I help people with their business. By and large, it's because of this stupid spray application. On, 23 years ago now, 23 years ago, that me taking my experience in horticulture, spraying plants for fungus and bacteria, and applying that fungus and bacteria on the root, and even put there just huge plants, roots. How am I going to get it? This is I know what algaecides and fungicides will spray on the root and kill stuff. How do I get it instantly? Oh, bleach. Start spraying bleach on the outside fungicide. We'd be in Carson, California, on August the 6th, 2014, 22 years later. You should be there about but it's awesome.
That is not the other thing. Is that something that everybody can afford to come visit?
It's with your hotel room. A lot of people come out of town and go $749. If you can drive it and go to it, comes with a similar workbook to this. It's not all this. It's kind of some of our track 1 and some of our track 2 training, but it does have 18 modules in it. Comes with that book and all 3 days. So, 100% growth in business. Cool. Well, some of the other things I want to talk to you guys about, and you window cleaning guys are already on this stuff, water-fed bowl technology with the pure water and all. We're going to be talking about that this week, how to implement that. A lot of our companies got started this week, but a lot of the guys that started this business from scratch, soft washing, first cleaning experience when they converted over from power washing companies into soft washing, we've been adding hundreds of dollars onto our soft washing jobs by picking up the windows. And in many cases, we're getting more money than the window because of a principle that I teach called top sell principle. Top sell principle is that when you do a package deal or you package a group of services together and come up with a discounted price for the customer, it's really hard to turn a $350 window into a $1,500 package deal, but it's real easy to turn a $900 roof into a $1,500 package. And what we found, and we've had a lot of feedback from people that we know who is we're actually, as soft washers, selling sometimes your window twice the price, which is just insane. We've had huge success. We even got a guy, Jason Everett, who goes on window, largest, most successful residential in the country, out of Fort Myers, Florida, just converted his entire window over to a soft wash. And he's not a longer window cleaner, because he offers window cleaning as an ancillary service. He makes much more money soft washing. And now window cleaning is just an roof cleaning and window. And But the pure water thing, we've been adding that to all of our rigs now. People step up to do that upgrade. It's just
There is the downside of not watching that second more, but when you start to press all the price that you just saw, not watching large
Are you full blown going like if I showed up at house with the soft water system and I did the whole and they wanted the whole roof and I could fit them the whole roof, all the surface area on the outside walls, all the way down to the floor.
you can just see the whole house.
our mindset is to clean the entire network from the top of the chimney cap all the way to the curb. We want detail.
And you're not worried about the paint, the wood on the paint, the paint on the wood. None of that's going to be affected by.
We have varying levels of chemical. So everything gets the same amount of green wash, but like paint, you only get 1% percentage. A really tough tile roof, the same chemicals of water. Cold now, might get a 4% boost. Power through. We use varying levels of chemicals. The pictures that you showed, your chemicals drying out as it's some technique, you guys can learn technique. People around the country that the biggest thing that I see going around the country, and I've cleaned now roofs in 18 states, is when I get up and clean roofs and I show people how to clean roofs, the first thing they say is, man, you see you're using so much less chemical. How much chemical are we going to use? It's about a 35 square root, so we'll probably use 35 to 38 gallons of chemical. What? I got to fill my tank twice to clean a roof like that. That's tough. You know about paint cleaner? Yeah. Bleach bills high? Yeah. Use a lot of chemical? Yeah. It's taking you a long time to do the roof? Yeah. But what a lot of people don't realize is bleach is an oxidizer. Without oxygen, if you don't put it on and have really good technique, put the right coats on and overlap your coats right, first coat gets the reaction going, the second coat more on it to make it wet. Some roofs, if they're really hot, it's better to let it spray some water on it, cool them off, get the algae open like it is first thing one free fair as it opens up. There are some technique things you have to dial in on the roofs to get them clean.
I'm here.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And so you got to dial those things in. But yeah, I mean, those are all the things that we teach. Because I don't want to just sell you a piece of equipment. This Reach Higher Ground makes this one. We don't build a small piece. Sean with Reach Higher Ground makes this for us and sells them. We actually sell this piece of equipment with the certified applicator book and your first load of chemicals, 4-pack of chemicals, and the whole package is $34.99. And this machine right here is about a $3,500 production piece. You have this piece of equipment, you can do about $3,500 to $4,000 approximately. Production. I mean, fact of the matter is, guys, you know what this is? It's a Softwash system. I can put water in here, bleach, and green wash it, and spray it on the roof. But how many roofs have I get done with? This is how I started. I had a rope with a hook on it, ever since 89-cent bleach lined up on the ground. And I would hook it with the rope, pull it up, put it in pump up, spray, put water in it, pump it up, and clean a roof. And I could get one roof done a day. And then I put together something like this Tiger Tech machine here that they built for J.Racenstein. Okay. And I was able to get a couple roofs a day. And then I put together something like here that Sean, we actually endorsed this piece of equipment because I helped him build this. It's up to our standards. I don't build small systems. I built 85 on a big system. That's too much time to take. Okay? So this piece of equipment here is next production level, about 3,500 to 4,000. Then once you get this piece of equipment, you can buy a full, then you can dedicate an entire truck to a Softwash system, like Brandon's got, and put our $7,500 piece of equipment on. So there's steps, but God's truth of the matter is right here, the power's not in that. The power's in this. This is a Softwash system.
And the technique, obviously, that you use to
And
play this part.
good technique. You've got to learn all the idiosyncrasies. You you don't have the patience in this business to learn the idiosyncrasies, you're screwed. And not be an instant gratification, instant results, go out there. Well, you told me if I do A, B, and C, money is going to fall out of the sky. It ain't going to happen that way. It ain't going to happen that way. We have the formulas figured out. We have the steps you need to do. We have the training materials. But man, you got to put energy and time and focus and prayer and everything else in. And if you're hitting an area that's never had anything softwash before in the world, like I did 22 years ago in Orlando, Florida, I was running around. She was pregnant. I didn't have insurance. I had to have the doctor pay for it. Okay? And I'm running around. I had taken door lues, you know, door luing, real thin plywood they make for covering doors. And I had taken a razor blade and made a sense of my toner. I was running around during the day, putting it on people's ribs and spraying 831 dunk into their ribs. Guess what? The phone rang, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
You know? Now, I was 23 years old, and I think the phone was big, you know? I wouldn't do that now. Like aggressive shot or something, you know? But don't, you know, there's a guy from Malibu, there's a guy from California that was coming here for this. He may be coming in tomorrow. I mean, I can't remember. But he was like, can I make this thing happen in California? It was a roofing company. Are you sure this is going to happen in California? I'm like, dude, if I was here, it would happen in California. Because I know what it takes. I can make it happen. You could drop me, parachute me out of the plane anywhere in the United States, and I'd have this business making $1.5 million a year at 18 months. Okay? I've done it. I know how to do it. I know it's possible. We've done it enough times around the country now that we know it's possible. You just got to put energy, goodness, and then find it out and make it happen. With the seasonality and the struggles and everything else of it, make it happen. Like some of you guys are going through that.
Yeah.
You know?
It's hard.
Sometimes you're eating ramen noodles and beans until it gets going. You know? Any other questions?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So when you saying the bleach, using less bleach when we get the different types of paint on the side of buildings, it's stuff like that. I mean, how do we? I mean, because Jim has already gotten the system, and we're going to start trying to push it a little bit harder. We obviously know now that there's more technique to it than what we originally thought.
Oh, yeah, we've got over 40 modules online of this instruction. Certified Apple Pay program is just 20 modules. And then we've got the authorized program, another full 20 modules.
So the different level of bleaches is like, so if you go in, when we're spraying down a whole house with chemical in the green and we put that in a 40-gallon tank and we spray down a whole house, we're estimating telling the customer, you know, that it could be a few, you know, days to a week till it starts heating it all up.
Yeah, let me pull up the mixology module just for a second so you can just see how detailed we get on this. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but I'm just going to at least just let you see what are the level of detail.
He wants you.
Okay. This is just the level of detail that we go into. So we're going to zip through, you know, the soft washing chemicals. What is soft washing? Blah 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 blah. What is bleach? Why it works? Why you don't want to put Dawn in there because you get cancer and you roll through it all. You know, you're not supposed to mix with bleach and all that kind of stuff. Okay. This is all the training that we have. You know, what is liquid bleach? What is powdered bleach? How do you make your own bleach? You know, all that kind of stuff. And then we go into the mixology. And we have this little tank off to the side. We go in there and we talk about, okay, what is a 1% bleach solution? So in a 100-gallon tank, that would be, you know, we'd have 90 gallons of water, 10 gallons of bleach, your half a gallon of green wash in that tank. So that is a 1% solution, 64 ounces of green wash, 90 gallons of water. Always add your water first. Okay, and what does a 1% solution clean? Painted surface, vinyl siding, aluminum, screen, window frames, delicate surfaces, playground sanitation. And then we'll go through a 2% solution. Mix it was equal. Go through a 3% solution. Mix it was exactly. for 4%. And that's all in this module here. Generally, you clean everything with a 1, 2, 3, or 4% solution. There's even some things we're cleaning now with just a half of a 1% solution. That's like in a 100-gallon tank, only putting 5 gallons of bleach, the rest water free.
We put like, I'll just throw that in. We put 13 gallons of bleach in the bucket and 40 when I get the bucket. In a 40-gallon tank.
Yeah.
Versus like,
Too much.
Well,
way too much,
actually,
right?
the industry
That's why it
standard-
evaporated
Yeah,
when
the
it
industry
grew.
standard before we developed the clean wash, was green wash makes bleach better at a lower concentration. Most people were putting 20 gallons of bleach in a 40 gallon. Well, yeah, well, part of it is the roots are so.
Oh, yeah. So
You have to understand, if it's 70 degrees outside, the roof is between 95 and 100 degrees on the percent temperature. Okay, so you've got to cool the roof. You know, if you got a roof clean, it's not as good to go and cool here maybe 7 o'clock. You get to go to the Softwash system. You got to cool one of these, throw one of these.
Thank you.
Any other questions? We're getting to the end of our time here, Steve.
Oh, you're past your time. But that's nothing new.
It's almost 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So if y'all are serious about this, it would be well worthwhile to at least one of you guys send them through the training. It'll change the way you look at your business here. Because we're really about growing businesses. All right, we good? Rock and roll?
Thank you, MC.
Sure. You were. What's up?
Not here.
You guys have any questions tomorrow?
I have other work to do tomorrow.
Oh, well,
There's always going to be another Palooza. So, yeah.
sure.
Now the Palooza.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Tell where you're
so we
staying.
use
That's
these
where
in my
you're
house.
Yes.
And then it's like we had an upstate. And we should have
Where you guys originally from? Okay.
Down the hallway, that's right next to where the desk area is, there's a hallway, and there's a big closet right down there. On the, you know what, I don't think
I didn't bring mine. I have it online. I'm gonna bring
And that's the thing that's always just that is covered. And that's it in there.
30.
it's at 8:30,
Yeah,
yeah, but
breakfast
it's
is 7:30, 8:30. I figure 9 is probably when they're gonna.
8:30, well, 8:30,
It ain't the bottom of the pool. Yeah. Yeah. So, but this is like.
The itinerary is online.
That's it.
If you go to Softwash Systems page and you click on Softwash Palooza, it's right there.
So you say what's going on, like hours and everything.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, it's right next to us. Tomorrow.
No, I don't think so. I might have emailed you. No, I've watched your video.
Like it didn't work before.
I've seen some of the transformations. Yeah,
I know that.
yeah, but Jeremy. Yeah, so it's all clean.
Yeah.
All clean roofs. We're all clean.
Yeah, 503
Like, I pressed the area.
Yeah, I know you showed me those guys up there.
I don't know what I would do without her, but she has reduced my call
Yeah,
volume
so-
so
Oh,
much.
I'm sure she
Right
has.
there, you open up the alley.
Because our group,
Reception to the-
maybe our group is gonna be bigger,
Yeah.
but maybe it's not like.
I know,
routine.
I've been looking into this for
We've got stuff for to take care of
Oh,
out
I'm
there.
sure. I'm
So
sure.
that,
I'll meet her in January. We're already.
website. And I was already looking at all kinds of other ones.
Yeah, no, I read of those.
Car wash store.
Oh, no, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, no, I own a painting.
Yeah, the 405,
Yeah.
right, not even that bad.
Yeah.
Close there to the,
What got me interested was, I have a painting company, so I got this big job, and it was all vinyl sided, but there was components that I needed to paint. So then he asked me, well, can you give me a quote on power washing the whole thing? That's what that was, 280 units, you know, hard copy. So I called Jet Click. I looked at the phone book, I found Jet Click, and they're out of Portland. They came down, it's the job in Salem. They came down, they got through the whole day with basically power washing, but they used a chemical like downstreaming it.
yeah, the thing is you gotta do it after.
They washed the place in flood. Two guys, and they weren't there all the time. They didn't have anything, no light of work. So I'm like, no light of work. Here I am washing, you know, I gotta be this far from the house, and every square inch of the house to make it work. And I'm actually damaging the vinyl. You know, I'm washing something. Wait. I started looking into it, and that brought me here. You know, I saw you on there, and some of your videos. So,
Yeah, I need to start making more.
yeah, it's
You know what I mean? But she said, you have two screens, you can have, I was like, I don't care as long as we sleep, like, sleep under my house.
it's right over there.
I'm like,
So much more.
After you do this, yeah.
like, I'm struggling with them, I said, don't worry about it, you're fine. We're good.
It's far.
Tell you how long it will take, whether
Oh,
But it's no big deal.
yeah, yeah. Right. So you got your own approach to educating people.
With the roof, everything else is pretty much the same.
Yeah, yeah. Seen them, you know, it's thick. Yeah.
There's a place right back in.
So you're gonna have that pole that, actually self-propelled, no?
No, we don't really have real time.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's just
I mean, I was talking about tile, because he's talking about rotary brush. I was like, we never use that one.
Check all the grains off.
As I said, you'd have to scour up and down into the side.
That's what's going through my mind. I was thinking, wait, doesn't that just do what I said we don't want to do?
Good, nice talking with you.
Were you from Morton?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And I recognize you from the website. Yeah. So, that's cool. I'll see you tomorrow.
Tell her, Steve. You like the new guys?
Make a bid.
The AC?
Yes.
I didn't get that one. That one's real nice.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah. I like that a lot.
It's a little harder to get through security at the airport.
That you just bought?
Yeah.
That's what got me to eBay.
Craigslist.
Well, ready to go?
Yeah, you guys ready?
Hopefully we'll see you.
All right, see you later.
Are you going to be down there after? Probably not.
I don't.
Alright, see
That was actually
Yeah, she says you're buying a lot of stuff, right?
I think if it causes anxiety for 10 to 10 times.
No, I didn't overnight. Not bad. Like the new power.
But she always makes fun. That's
Alrighty. We're probably gonna head out.
right.
Bye, everyone.
You too.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Good morning, guys.
So, there's just saying